A Memorial Day tradition nearly came to an end this year.
But then came an unexpected show of support.
First Alert 6's Andrew Pfeiffer on how the project came to fruition.
You need to see this right here, and that is the most important thing of why we're doing this.
Remembering their sacrifice.
Pat on our backs that we got it done, and it was with a lot of help and communication.
A project that was originally canceled this year has now been completed.
Believe it or not, we got this 9,000 flags out in about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
For the last 17 years, Carl Diamond and his wife Carolyn have been placing flags on military grave sites for Memorial Day. Health issues and complications made it impossible for them to continue.
You feel horrible and you say, no way it's going to happen. And then when you get out here after an hour and a half or 2 hours and you see this, then it makes you feel absolutely fantastic.
After First Alert 6 originally reported about the project's cancellation, 200 volunteers from multiple organizations rushed to help.
It's a wonderful, heartfelt experience to know that so many people in this community care about veterans.
He says the project will live on for years to come under his watch.
So the cemetery began and offered to take over the administrative functions, which is a big piece of making sure that we know where every flag should be placed.
We will still be involved.
He's now challenging others to find more cemeteries around the metro in need of the same project.
And it would be wonderful to see this become a citywide thing, that there's not a cemetery in Omaha that is being neglected on Memorial Day for recognizing veterans.
Reporting in Omaha, Andrew Pfeiffer, First Alert 6.
No doubt you know about Make-A-Wish Nebraska. It brings joy to critical illnesses and the children that have them. From time to time, we highlight their amazing work.
I got the chance to meet an Omaha boy whose wish came true after a whirlwind start to life.
Years ago, the Robins learned they were pregnant with their fourth child.
We went in to have our ultrasound and we were excited. I wore all pink because I was sure I was having a girl.
After suffering 2 prior miscarriages, they learned their miracle baby would be a boy. But the doctor noticed one side of his heart wasn't developing correctly.
I remember when they told us the diagnosis saying, is he ever going to go home? Will he get to meet his brothers and sisters?
Their son, Jeremiah, had hypoplastic left heart syndrome. As soon as he was born, Arvila held him for less than 1 minute before he was rushed to the NICU. At 3 days old, he had open heart surgery.
That didn't quite go the way that they were hoping, and he did eventually go into heart failure.
Their last option, a heart transplant. He was in the ICU for 4 months before they finally got the news.
When the doctor came in, he said, we got a heart, and it's a good one.
At 8 months old, Jeremiah got a second chance at life.
I remember seeing him that first time, even though he was hooked up to everything, he was like a different baby. He just looked like God had breathed life into him.
13 years later, Jeremiah and his heart are going strong.
Today, I play the saxophone, and I'm in my middle school band, and I'm acting. I love to act. Right now, I'm in The Lion King, and I got the role of Mufasa. I've been able to live a healthy life, just a couple surgeries throughout my life, and it's like it didn't even happen.
One of his favorite memories along the way came at 4 years old. That's when Jeremiah was selected for Make-A-Wish Nebraska. At the time, the movie Cars was his obsession.
And so we asked him, if you could make a wish to do anything, what would you want to do? And he said, I want to see Mater.
And Make-A-Wish knew how to make his dream come true.
Everybody, we're going to Disney World.
They sent the family of 7 on an all-expense-paid trip.
It was like I was in a dream because I was able to do what I wanted to do.
That's something that any family would literally dream to do. And they made it happen for us like that, just by recognizing his story and wanting to give back.
An opportunity to enjoy life to the fullest, something they still do every single day.
But we're thankful that we're here because we didn't know if we'd be here, if we'd see 13. And we're here, and that little boy he's
not a
amazing.
little boy anymore.
Yeah.
So.
That says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, they were one of America's hottest bands in the late 60s to mid 70s, even selling out New York's Shea Stadium faster than the Beatles.
And as producer Roger Hamer explains, their biggest hit had an Omaha connection.
From 1968 through 76, everything Grand Funk Railroad touched turned to gold or platinum. The band sold over 25 million albums worldwide, resulting in 12 gold and 10 platinum records. But they didn't have a #1 hit until drummer Don Brewer brought Life on the Road to fans.
I remember flying in over one town, I can't remember what it was. I looked down and the thought came to my head, we're coming to your town, we'll help you party it down. And so I went, I got to write a song around that, you know, and that's where the song came from, really. And you know, the Sweet Sweet Connie and Little Rock and 4 Young Chiquitas in Omaha and Up All Night Playing Poker with Freddie King. I got to tell you, poker's his thing. You know, all of that stuff kind of went into my lyrics. And then, you know, the tag came up with, you know, it wasn't flag waving. It was just like I kept going over the song, couldn't come up with a tag for it. And one time I just came out, we're an American band. And it sang well. I mean, it came off my mouth good.
Brewer even had a plan for the iconic drum intro.
It was trying to kind of replicate the sound of a Harley, you know. Yeah, sounds like a Harley Davidson, you know. And of course with the cowbell, you know, every hit song has to have a cowbell.
Brewer says representatives from Capitol Records were in studio listening to the playback.
And I'm out in the studio and they're in the playback and I could see them through the windows, you know, as we're playing the song and they're jumping up and down. They're just going crazy. And I went in and I went, you mean you guys really like that? You know, yeah, that's a hit. That's a hit.
We're an American Band went to #1 on the charts. I'm Roger Hamer, First Alert 6.
Such a cool connection.
Yeah.
When we come back on this First Alert 6 special, a story of perseverance.
I remember praying and thanking God.
I didn't really know if I'd be able to walk again.
How a local athlete went from wheelchair bound to competing for medals.